gratitude. We wanted to kick off with gratitude because it's something we all want to have more of, not only just this month, but all year round. So we want to know, if I'm grateful, then what? What happens next? Studio 5 relationship contributor Dr. Matt Townsend is here to tell us, of course. So is this something that you do on the daily, as the kids say?
Yeah, well, yeah, because there's so much research on this now. I don't know if you've noticed. Everyone's talking about gratitude journals and all of that. But I've been trying to incorporate it more, especially with my clients that have anxiety, my clients that kind of obsess and can't get over things, people that are trying to break habits. There are so many benefits to gratitude, and it's more than just one day a year and having a really good meal. Gratitude is year-round, 365.
And it's more than, I think we all love gratitude because it does make us feel good, but you have some specifics, you've done some research, you have the reasons behind the why of why we should have gratitude every day. Okay, so our first one is it helps our health?
This is so weird, but in so many ways, when you're grateful, you are way healthier. You're healthier, the cardiac health actually goes up. Check this out, your sleep gets better. Do you know why?
Why?
Because if you go to bed at night thinking about some really good thoughts, like what you're grateful for, research shows that actually helps you sleep better and healthier. So whatever you're thinking about when you go to bed is pretty much how your sleep's going to be.
You're just going to feel more content, more pleased.
A practice of that is huge. Another thing it helps with is it prevents overeating.
What?
I know.
How does that work?
Which is huge coming up, right? So part of it is simply because you get, when you're grateful and you're practicing this habit of gratitude every day, you start noticing the gifts you've been given. C.S. Lewis called them the given gifts, not the expected gifts. You're not always looking for the next thing to come. You're just grateful for what is there. You're grateful for what you have. It also gives you more positive thoughts, and more positive thoughts get rid of the negative thoughts, and negative thoughts are why a lot of us eat too much.
Wow, oh, that's it. We could just stop the show right now. That's all we need to hear. Okay, Kate, we can be healthier. And the next one kind of goes along with that, having willpower, because I feel like that's my whole thing with eating too much, just the willpower. Most
of us struggle a little bit with trying to have enough energy to make the right decisions in our lives. Gratitude helps us kind of overcome the lack of energy by giving us more energy by thinking more positively. It improves our resiliency. Listen to this. It helps us, it's more motivating to go exercise. Once you start being grateful for the changes you see happening and how good you feel, you actually want to exercise more. So identifying the good parts of your life help you want to practice those more. It gives you more power to say no and more power to say yes.
And you do hear that from people who make transformations with their bodies. Like they say, I just decided to love my body.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like that thing, you can't have kids and then you don't think about it and then you get pregnant.
Boom, you got sick.
It's kind of like that. When you are just grateful for your body, you're grateful it moves and those things, and then you may get out there and exercise a little more.
And you actually already start feeling the benefits of the little bit of exercise because you're tuning in. Every day, if you have to find 3 things to be grateful for, you'll tune in for feeling really good that I got up this morning and got my exercise in. And once you start feeling it more, that feeling actually drives wanting it more and wanting it more.
Is that kind of your rule of thumb? I'm just skipping around, but 3 things a day? Like, is that kind of what
I try to identify at the end of my day. This is how I try to turn off technology, go be alone, and I just write in a journal just 3 things I'm grateful for. I don't write a lot because I don't want to overwhelm myself with too much of a task. But what are the 3 things that I really felt changed by today? You know, you were the same age, Matt Townsend. And I think about, there was a great Peter Breinholt song. Do you remember that? Which one?
What About?
What About?
And he tells the story of how he just in the morning had these drives, and he just started saying, I'm just going to say, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that.
What about this? What about my friends?
And I always think about that. We can always think of 3 things.
It's so powerful. And by the way, once you start to do that consistently, another thing that comes along is it boosts self-confidence. So gratitude boosts self-confidence. If you want your children to perform better, show gratitude. If coaches want better performance from their players, they show gratitude. And when coaches show gratitude, people perform better.
So it's like focusing on the positives a little more?
It also, another thing that it does is it reduces jealousy and envy. So gratitude has been proven to reduce jealousy. If you start noticing the good things that are happening about yourself, I don't have to worry about what you're gaining that I'm not gaining. If I'm aggregating that list every day of how good my life is, I don't need to be jealous of the fact that Amy's got that pretty blouse. Like, that's so lucky for Amy. I don't need to get into all of that. I can actually just enjoy my own life, right?
And then you can be happy for someone else too, that they have what they have.
Yep.
You have what you have, be happy.
It's such a profound thing because you focus also on the intangibles of life. If you start making a list of everything you're grateful for, a huge majority of the list is going to be a list of intangible things. Things that aren't things. They're just ways of being, and they're feelings you felt. They're all intangible. So it actually, being grateful makes us less materialistic. If you want your children to be less about the things of the world, then express gratitude and have them share their 3 things at dinner. What are you grateful for today that have happened in your life?
So I need to quit asking people what they want for Christmas.
Yeah.
What are you grateful for already?
A monster, Amy.
We're not going to get you anything else. Okay, and I think this one makes sense.
Yeah, this
You're
is a
talking
no-brainer,
about
right?
relationships. This is your niche, but it helps them be better.
Because again, I'm highlighting what I like and what I'm seeing that is good. And when you highlight what somebody likes and what they see as good, that's communicating. It's also giving me and bolstering me to feel better about myself and to be able to be more clear about what I need to offer for you in the relationship. It helps friendships. We like to be around people that are grateful. If you've ever noticed, you don't want to hang around the friend that never says thanks, and you don't really trust the people that can't actually show any gratitude. There are people out there that really struggle being open enough to show gratitude. So again, this isn't a Thanksgiving thing. It's sad that that's kind of the only time we talk about it, and I don't want you to just think it's about the journal. Gratitude will impact literally every single part of your life and your relationship.
And I heard you saying something like this the other day about when you appreciate someone to text them. When you have that thought, just do it.
Prompt.
And think about if you did that with this. Anytime you think, oh, I'm so glad
Yeah.
Matt's so easy to talk to when he comes on the show, I should just shoot you a
You
text
should
and
text
let
me.
you know.
You don't even, you just said it. You don't even need to text me. You know, one other thing about it with relationships that I love is it also, the neat thing is we can all go back in history and rethink of our memories. And if we're bringing gratitude to those past memories, it brings a more positive light. So you can actually rewrite some of your history with present day gratitude. It's a powerful way to change what's been.
And you hear people do that, like, well, I'm grateful for that trial because I learned this or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
And your last one, being more productive, that kind of goes along with our earlier point.
It does, and another way to kind of look at it, though, is if you want more productivity in your family, point out the good, right? Point out and highlight the good. But if you want your employees and coworkers to be more united and better working and producing more money for you as a business owner, use the principle of gratitude. Start highlighting really successful moments where your employees went out of their way to do something big. And when you start to highlight those things, then everyone thinks that's the standard. That's the norm, right? So the rising tide raises all ships. The rising gratitude raises all relationships.
And it's contagious, I think, when you hear other people being grateful. Brooke Walker is like a great example of this, and it makes us all want to do a little better. Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, are we thinking, I already said it's too early for Christmas. We're looking ahead to Valentine's Day.
It's never too early for Valentine's Day.
You have something?
Yeah, we do. If you go to matttownsend.com, you can go get tickets right now for our date night. It's a great present for your kids. It's on February 14th, so it's actually on Valentine's Day, 7 to 9. We're going to make sure it's going 7 to 9. It's going to be a little different because a lot of times we do them on the weekend, but you're going to come, you're going to learn, you're going to laugh. You might even get kissed. Not sure, not by me, but by your partner that you bring. Bring your family, bring your friends, and we're going to teach you how to relate at a different level and pick up your game.
Okay, and we put all those, all the stuff on the screen so people can get there. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.